Imagine this. A perfect spring day, you're having a great lunch with your best friends, maybe planning things, thinking about the future. Life feels good, right?
Ugh.
Warm, full of possibilities.
Yeah, everything seems just right.
And then bam, just like that. A huge impact, everything goes dark, and you suddenly realize you're trapped inside your own body. You can't move, can't speak, but you can hear everything.
Ugh, it's a truly chilling scenario. And that's exactly what our deep dive is about today.
Yeah.
We're unpacking the harrowing fictional experience of Casey Marshall.
Right. Her life just stops.
Yeah.
Reduced to what the book calls a still life after this awful hit and run. She's in a coma, but completely aware. A prisoner in her own mind.
And the source material for this dive, it's the novel Still Life by Joy Fielding. And what's really interesting is what the author herself said about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she's known for saying she usually hates doing research, prefers to, quote, make up my facts, her words.
Ah, okay. That's quite an admission.
It is. But for this book, Still Life, she actually did a ton of real-world research. She talked to doctors about car crash trauma, comas, brain activity.
Really? So she didn't just wing it this time?
Not at all. She even researched Philly suburbs to get the setting right. It gives this intense story, which is fiction, remember, this unexpected layer of, like, real-world grounding. Makes Casey's isolation feel incredibly authentic somehow.
Okay, so that's our mission for you today. We're going to pull out the key insights from Casey's terrifying journey. We'll look at her being trapped, the shocking things she learns about the people around her, and ultimately her fight to survive. Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
So before everything went black, Casey Marshall's life looked pretty great on the surface. She's 32, having lunch with her two best friends, Janine and Gail, at a nice place in South Philly,
With white tablecloths, the whole deal.
Yeah. And her business is doing well, her marriage to Warren seems happy, and she's got big news she's just shared with her friends.
The baby plan.
Exactly. She's decided to stop taking birth control at the end of the month, try for a baby. It feels like everything's falling into place for her.
It does, but there's this background context, right? Her family situation wasn't exactly smooth sailing. An alcoholic mother and her younger sister, Drew.
Ah, yes, Drew.
Yeah, Drew's kind of seen as the drug-fueled party girl, bit of a screw-up, especially after their parents died in that plane crash. And this dynamic with Drew, it seems minor at first, but it becomes surprisingly important later on. It really shows how complex family ties can be.
Okay, so Casey leaves the restaurant. She's heading to her car, a white Lexus, in this big indoor parking garage on Washington Avenue. And then, catastrophe.
Just happens so fast. A silver SUV just comes flying around a corner, hits her going nearly 50 miles an hour.
Throws her 10 feet in the air.
The impact, I mean, it's brutal. The book describes her breaking like almost every bone, and her head hits the concrete hard.
And the SUV just vanishes, and Casey slips into oblivion. The suddenness of it is just, yeah, chilling is the word. A reminder of how fast things can change.
Totally. And when she opens her eyes again, it's not light she sees. It's just pitch black. The blackest black darkness is how it's put.
Can you imagine? At first she thinks maybe it's a dream, or maybe she's been kidnapped, buried alive. She even remembers a movie plot.
Right, the Kiefer Sutherland, Jeff Bridges one, about being buried in a coffin, that kind of desperate, grasping at straws thought process.
But the real horror sinks in almost immediately. She realizes she can't move. Not her hands, not her feet, not her head, nothing.
Yeah, she feels like a head without a torso, a body without limbs. Her mind is racing, trying to figure it out, but her body is just gone in terms of control. That disconnect, the awareness inside and the total paralysis outside, that's the core of her terror.
And then she starts hearing things. Voices, doctors talking about the patient.
Clinical, detached.
Exactly. A 32-year-old woman hit by a car March 26th on life support, and she hears the awful list of injuries. Multiple fractures, pelvis, legs, arms, needing surgeries, external fixators, those metal cages on the outside.
Yeah, holding the bones together. And worse, massive internal bleeding. Her spleen ruptured, so they had to remove it, a splenectomy.
And even blood removed from her skull. Through a burr hole drilled into her skull.
To relieve pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
It's grim stuff. And they're discussing the prognosis, saying it's generally good for someone young and fit like Mrs. Marshall.
And that's when it hits her. They're talking about her. Mrs. Marshall, that's my name. But she can't say it, can't make a sound.
That's the nightmare fuel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Her brain is working, she understands everything, but she's completely locked in. She even hears a doctor say her eyes opening is just involuntary. She can't see anything, even though her pupils react to light. Just reflexes.
Unbelievable cruelty of the situation.
And then they mentioned doing a tracheostomy the next day, cutting a hole in her neck to help her breathe. She hears it, wonders what it is, and for a split second feels this rush, like, they heard me think that,
Oh, that flicker of hope.
and then immediately crushed, realizing, no, of course they didn't, just complete helplessness. And then they give her sedatives, Dilaudid, Demerol, Ativan, and she just drifts back into unconsciousness.
So while Casey's trapped in this waking nightmare, the world outside just keeps going. Her husband, Warren, he's there all the time, right?
It seems like it. Always by her bedside. Talking softly, kissing her forehead, stroking her hand. He seems really distressed, very defensive to Gail, insisting she isn't going to die.
And he's making plans.
Oh, yeah. Determined to bring her home, arranging for 247 care, a nurse, a physical therapist, even ordering a special electronic bed. You know the works.
Seems very devoted.
Totally. He'd make these comments, like wistful comments about missing playing golf together,
Right.
saying he won't play again until she can join him. And there's this one moment he tells her he set up this test, an auditory evoked potential test,
With that?
basically to see if her brain is registering sound, if she can hear him. It's like this tiny sliver of hope. And right then he tells her how much their last 2 years have meant to him, that it's been the happiest time of my life. On the surface. Looks like pure devotion.
Wow. Okay, so that's Warren. What about her friends? Gail, you mentioned Gail earlier.
Gail's the loyal, optimistic one. She keeps saying things like, Casey's tough. She's been through a lot. If she can survive her mother, she can survive anything. Classic supportive friend stuff.
And she knew about the baby plan.
Yeah, she actually reveals that secret plan to Warren. Meanwhile, Gail's own life is moving forward. She started dating this guy, Stan Leonard, a widower with kids. And she feels kind of guilty about it, you know? Having fun while Casey's It's very relatable, that conflict.
Yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
then there's Janine, the other friend.
Janine.
Yeah.
Very different vibe. She tries to stimulate Casey, reading from magazines, Philly news, local events, whatever. But Casey's trying desperately inside to blink, to respond, and Janine just doesn't see it.
Oblivious or just
Yeah.
cynical.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Her whole outlook is pretty bleak. Life's a bitch, and then you die. That's literally something she says. And she asks Gail these pointed questions about Warren, hinting maybe the police suspect him.
Ooh, interesting. Foreshadowing.
Big time. Because we find out later, the real kicker with Janine,
Yeah.
she confesses to Warren they had an affair less than a year ago.
What? Casey's best friend.
Yep. She says it stemmed from her being angry that Casey left their business partnership. And she actually takes the blame, says she seduced him. It's a massive betrayal. Just shows how tangled things were under the surface.
Wow. Okay. And the sister, Drew,
You
the
know,
screw up.
true. She starts off angry. Angry at Warren for kind of hinting she might be involved, angry about her allowance being cut. Casey controlled the purse strings for their dad's estate.
Right. The complex family dynamics.
Exactly. Drew's got this history rehab, drugs, money issues, feeling like a terrible mom to her own daughter, Lola. Lots of baggage from her childhood, too, feeling rejected by her mom, her dad's harsh views.
Sounds like the recipe for disaster.
You'd think. But she starts changing, or maybe showing a different side. She still makes comments about Casey's looks, but she keeps noticing things, little things others miss.
Like what?
Like the breakthrough moment. Casey manages to squeeze Drew's hand, a definite squeeze.
Whoa. Communication.
Exactly, a secret line. And Casey immediately signals, like, don't tell Jeremy or Warren. And Drew gets it. She starts to understand Casey is in there, aware. Drew becomes this unexpected, crucial ally, even with all her volatility. It's quite a turn.
So beyond family and friends, Casey's world is also populated by the hospital staff, right? Their voices, their actions. They become part of her reality, too.
Absolutely. There's Patsy, the nurse's aide. She's way too flirtatious with Warren.
Oh, really? In front of Casey?
Well, Casey's supposedly unconscious, right?
Yeah.
Patsy treats her like an inanimate object, an uninteresting piece of still life. And she does this disturbing thing. She goes through Casey's stuff, tries on her clothes, always smells of lavender.
Creepy. And the physical therapist, Jeremy.
Jeremy. He actually has some interesting insights about Coma recovery. He's got a military past, served in Afghanistan. He admits he killed people and says something really chilling. Sometimes it feels great, not feeling anything. Shows the numbing effect of violence.
Heavy stuff.
Yeah. He also notes Patsy's just an aide, not a full RN, but says she's more than qualified for what Casey needs then.
Hmm.
And then the police get more involved. Detective Spinetti.
Right. His investigation starts turning up things. The silver SUV didn't just happen to be there. It followed Casey into the garage, like seconds behind her.
So, not an accident, deliberate.
That's what Spinetti starts thinking. He starts asking Warren about life insurance, about Casey's old business with Janine, pulling at the threads.
And meanwhile, Casey's mind is just chaos. You mentioned fragmented stuff.
Yeah, it's like her brain is trying to process any input, so she catches these weird bits of conversation, maybe from a TV, maybe staff talking down the hall. Names like Jeff, Tom, Will, Kristen the bartender, this pomegranate lady named Susie.
Random people. Totally random plot lines, like Will being shyly set up with Susie by his pushy half-brother Jeff and his friend Tom, who also served in Afghanistan. It sounds like nonsense.
But it shows her state, right, the fractured reality.
Exactly. It just highlights how disoriented and helpless she is, trapped with this jumble of sounds and her own thoughts.
Okay, so as Casey becomes more aware, this web of deceit, it starts to become terrifyingly clear. Especially Warren's true motives.
Oh, it's dark. He actually confesses, thinking she can't hear him, his whole plan. He intends to marry Drew.
Marry her sister.
Yes. Then arrange some kind of horrifying twist of fate for Drew and her daughter Lola, like a sailboat accident in Mexico, so he gets full control of the massive inheritance from Casey and Drew's father, Ronald Lerner.
This is pure evil. He planned the hit and run, too.
It's heavily implied, yes.
Yeah.
And what's really disturbing is how he talks about her father, Ronald Lerner. Warren admits he'd never even heard of the guy before meeting Casey, but then he studied everything about him, admired him as a master manipulator who cheated and stole for his money. It's chillingly psychopathic.
And he wasn't just planning future evil. He was actively trying to finish the job with Casey.
Yes, coldly calculated. He asked Nick, a trainer from his gym, to come and smother Casey with a pillow.
Oh, my God.
And he does these horrible tests to make sure she's really unconscious, touching her, moving her body, even makes a disgusting comment about necrophilia, just to be sure she isn't, quote, malingering. He's utterly depraved. Later, he's angry at Nick for messing up by killing Patsy.
Wait, Nick killed Patsy, the aide.
Yeah, apparently Patsy came back to the house unexpectedly when Nick was there to kill Casey, so Nick killed her instead. Warren's just mad because it complicates things. Calls her this stupid girl. No remorse, just annoyance.
Unbelievable. And Janine, what was her role in all this, beyond the affair?
Well, there's this confrontation between her and Warren that confirms the affair.
Right.
But Janine actually shows some regret. She tells Warren she's ending her role helping out, urges him to fire Patsy because Casey needs proper RN care, the very best of care, maybe a flicker of conscience, or just covering her tracks. Hard to say.
It's all so messy. And Drew, how is she navigating this? She suspects Warren.
Drew keeps getting these peculiar vibes about Warren, even though he's trying to buy her off with money. And her connection with Casey, the hand squeezing, that's crucial. She figures out Casey's aware and cleverly hides it from Warren and Jeremy.
But it's risky for her.
Very. Because she argues with Warren, but she's also using cocaine, which makes her seem erratic, unreliable. Warren can use that against her, make her look like she's imagining things. She's unknowingly playing a dangerous game.
So it's all building to a head. Warren's ready to make his final move.
Yeah, the doom feels really close. He tells Casey it'll all be over soon, gives her this cold goodbye kiss. He's arranged for Nick to come back and finish the job.
And Casey, inside.
Pure desperation. Fighting with every ounce of will against muscles that haven't worked in weeks. Trying to move, to scream, to call 911 somehow. She manages this tiny, faint sound. I get just egg.
And then the climax.
It happens fast.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Casey's vision clears. She sees the light fixture overhead. Just then, Patsy comes back in. Probably to steal more clothes.
Oh, no, Patsy again.
But this time, Patsy sees Casey is awake. She screams, drops the clothes, collapses. And then Nick, the killer, walks in, puts on latex gloves, goes right for Casey, squeezes her nose, covers her mouth.
Smothering her.
But Casey finds her voice, a real, full scream.
Yes.
And just then, Jeremy, the physical therapist, bursts in and shoots Nick. Nick falls dead.
Jeremy saved her.
For a second. Then Warren appears, gun in hand. Casey recognizes it was her mother's gun.
Oh, God, no.
Warren shoots Jeremy. Jeremy collapses. Drew rushes over to Jeremy. It's chaos. And then
What?
Lola, Drew's little 5-year-old daughter, wanders into the room.
Lola now.
Yeah, just walks in. And that split second, Warren's distracted by the little girl.
And Casey?
Casey, with unbelievable strength, fueled by adrenaline, survival,
Oh.
she grabs the gun, her mother's gun. She turns the tables. Finally.
Wow, what an intense sequence.
Right. Pure survival instinct kicking in.
So after that, she finally starts the real road back. healing.
Exactly. It's long, it's tough, but she starts healing. Injuries mend, casts come off, she gets weaned off the ventilator, physical therapy begins. Slowly, slowly, she regains her senses, movement, eventually speech. It's a testament to resilience, really.
And her sister Drew, what happened with her?
Drew's transformation is pretty amazing. She steps up, becomes a truly supportive sister, takes real responsibility for Lola, matures incredibly. The bond they formed while Casey was trapped, it becomes this incredibly strong, genuine connection. It shows that family, even a really messed up family, can find its way back.
That's actually really moving.
Yeah, there's this great symbolic scene near the end. It's Halloween. Casey, Drew, and Gail all dress up as cats, just enjoying something normal, something joyful together. It really signifies healing, friendship, reclaiming life.
A sense of normalcy returning.
Totally. And the very end, Casey's just sipping tea. She notices the flavor strawberry and vanilla, a small detail, but it shows her senses are fully back online. She holds her mug, raises it in a toast to Drew. To my sister, who saved my life.
Oh, powerful.
And Drew echoes it back, to my sister, who saved mine. And Casey feels safe, finally. She's rubbing this tiny silver shoe charm on a necklace, a personal item, signifying she's fully herself again. No longer a still life, but a live, aware present.
What an incredible journey. From being completely inert, a still life, hearing these horrific plots unfold around her, to fighting back and reclaiming her life, it really makes you think.
It absolutely does. It speaks volumes about human resilience, doesn't it? And also about the hidden darkness that can exist within families, friendships, the importance of paying attention, maybe, critical awareness of what's really going on beneath the surface.
Yeah, that hidden complexity.
And it shows that even when things seem utterly hopeless, that inner strength, maybe combined with help from unexpected places, can lead to survival and healing.
Casey's story, it definitely reminds us that sometimes the most dangerous things aren't loud threats, but the quiet deceptions, the things we hear but maybe choose not to believe, especially from people close to us.
The background noise.
Exactly. So the thought we want to leave you with is this. What background noise might you be ignoring in your own life? Is there a critical truth hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to truly hear it?